If I was to begin my photography journey again, as a younger version of me, obviously, what would I do differently, or what would I tell myself? Well, today I'm going to share with you the 5 things that I would tell the younger version of me if I was starting in my photography journey, brand new, a beginner, no skills, nothing. Let's go. So the first thing that I would say is, don't worry about the stuff. Don't worry about needing to have the most incredible lens or the most, fabulous camera or these lights or this dress or this studio or this and this. Like, that is literally just stuff. Stuff doesn't help with the creative process of finding who you are as a photographer and your style, your creativity, and what it is that you actually want to represent and bring into your photography. So the stuff doesn't matter. As long as you have one camera, one lens, you can go out and create literally anything. Anything. You can create magic. And as I got further into my photography career and I started to learn a lot more of the stuff and I really started to learn about mastering light, I could say with hand on heart that all I need to create magic for my clients was a wall and a window and my camera. And to this day, that still rings true. So don't worry about the stuff. You see all these pro photographers in their big studios with their big lights and all this room and assistants and all that type of stuff. You can't take their journey to be your own accountability for your journey. Yeah? So to the younger version of me, forget about the stuff. Just focus on the creativity. Number 2, I'd say learn how to talk with people. Now notice what I said there. Talk with, not talk at or talk to people. Talk with people. I am naturally a natural introvert. I enjoy my own company and I enjoy the company of maybe 1 or 2 people. And I've learned over time that the greatest skill, 2 of the greatest skills to have was to listen and actively listen and to talk with people, not at people and not to people. When you're talking with somebody, you are engaging in a conversation that isn't focused on you. It has a focus on them, and it shows that there's a genuine interest in your engagement with that person, and they can feel it and they can see it. So when I started to learn to talk with people, I noticed that the photography that I was actually creating, particularly in the storytelling, it was completely different. It was very more personal. It was very, like, it wasn't strained. The moments and the poses and the things that happened came very, very naturally because there was a level of trust and a level of understanding between myself and my sitter or the person in front of my camera. And like a conversation, some people don't find having conversations easy, but here's the thing, go out and practice. Practice having conversations with people in and around your family. Practice having conversations with your friends, and instead of trying to fix the situation or trying to fix what they're actually going through, just actively listen and then talk with them. And I think that you'll find the dynamic in the conversations that you have with them like completely shift, and so will they. Number 3 is charging my worth. Yeah. If I had learnt as a beginner photographer what charging my worth actually meant, I think I would have been far further along in my journey as a professional photographer than what I started with. So as I started out, I was starting as every other point and shoot photographer. I was giving every single image, including the unedited images, and sometimes it was 200 plus photos for $50. Yeah, $50. And I thought that that was the going rate for photography. I first really quickly learned that that one did two things. It burnt me out really, really fast. And I became very, very resentful of the craft of the photography, my craft, my love for it. And then it started to show and started to seep in to my clients. And it wasn't their fault, because it was my own fault. I'd set those prices. I'd assumed that that was all that I was worth for my photography, was $50 or $70 for 200 plus photos, when that is not true. As a photographer, your time, your creativity, what you bring to the table, the experience that you have and leave with people is worth so much more than $50 or $70. So the moment that you start to understand to charge your worth and what industry prices are in photography is the moment that you will actually change and feel your worth. You'll actually feel it. You'll know it, that you have a level that, and people will start to know in your work. And you think that people are going to turn away because you're charging, $1,200 for 6 photographs. Well, they're not. And they don't, because my clients don't. My clients don't even balk at those prices. My starting rate with me is $1,800. That's my starting rate. And that's industry standard, that's industry prices. I am worth that because of the time, the love, the value, and the creativity, and all of the energy that I give to my clients in order to create something magical and special for them. So the moment that you understand that to start charging your worth is the moment that you and your photography will also change, and you'll start to see that your level of creativity will actually level up because of that. Number 4, to the beginner photographer, is learn to give an incredible, incredible experience with your clients. When I was first starting out in my photography journey, it was simply just a point, snap and shoot type thing. Like, get them in, get them out. And it was purely nothing against my clients. It was just that level of understanding that as a photographer is what you do. You get your clients in, you take the photographs, and then, they exit out the door. Well, when I started to learn how to talk with people and take the time with people, then I started to learn that if I was able to give them the most incredible experience as a photographer in front of my camera, then I know that they would go out into my community and they would talk and talk and talk about me and the work that I produce for them. And to me, that was really, really important. If I don't connect with somebody before we get in front of the camera, then I'm okay with saying I am not the photographer for you, but I do know somebody that is. But if we click immediately and there's magic that happens, that I want to create this incredible experience for them, that I will go above and beyond in order to create that experience for my clients, because being in front of a camera is a very nauseating, anxious, really not a good time for some people historically. They don't like to be in front of a camera. So my whole goal is to flip that on its head. And if I had learned that when I was first starting out in my photography journey, again, I would be a long way further than what I am now, because it's the experience that people remember from you as well as the photographs that you produce for them. But they will always remember the experience first. And number 5, do not let FOMO dictate your creativity. Like I said, when I was first starting out, it was $50 and I was giving away the farm. And there was that fear of missing out because there was another photographer down the road that was charging less than I was for more images than I was and producing this work for their clients. And I used to judge myself to their work and their prices and their standards and their experience. What I figured out really fast was that I was having FOMO. It was all me. It had literally nothing to do with that person, nothing to do with that other photographer. It was all me. It was all in my own head. It was all my own fears that was stopping me and blocking me from becoming the most incredible photographer that I can and creating some beautiful, beautiful magic, not just for my clients, but also for myself. The moment that I shifted, that fear of missing out was not going to dictate how I did my business, how I engaged with my clients or the experience that I gave them, how my creativity was coming to the forefront of my photography. That literally changed a lot in my photography business, my photography journey, and the way that I was actually showing up for myself, for my clients, for my community. And I can say that, I learned a lot. I have been photographing for over 10, 20 plus years. I've been a photographer and in the professional photography space. And I can say that if these 5 tips would be able to help you to level up and become the most incredible photographer that you can, then please go ahead and take them, use them, because you are worth so much as a photographer. So tip number 1, don't worry about the stuff. The stuff is just stuff. Don't worry about the stuff. Number 2, learn how to talk with people. Number 3, charge your worth. Charge what you're worth. It's as simple as that. Number 4, give an incredible, incredible experience for your clients that they will remember, that they will go out into their communities and tell all of their friends and all of their family about the incredible experience that they had with you, because that will bring you more clients and that will get you known in your community as the preferred photographer to go to. And number 5, don't let FOMO dictate your creativity or your creativity process. Thank you so much for being here. I really do appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next video.